Hi there, folks. Welcome back to Rich Reviews. My latest film for you guys here now happens to be a film called Stowaway. This happens to be co-written and directed by Joe Penna. He made a film with the same writing partner a few years ago called Arctic that happened to stars Matt Mickelson in a survivalist thriller set in the Arctic. Now, Stowaway apparently was written first, but apparently Arctic got off the ground first. And apparently this feels like it was built upon by similar themes about survival, this time around set in space compared to the Arctic, although the Arctic is not a bad place to be if you're wanting to survive. As we see in the beginning of Stowaway, Tony Collette and Daniel Day Kim and Anna Kendrick play three scientists or three astronauts. One is a scientist, and they're on a 2-year mission to Mars on other sci-fi shows or movies, whether it be Gravity, Ad Astra, Midnight Sky, or heck, even The Expanse. Apparently, space travel is still risky, particularly in the films, because we haven't gotten past the rickety ships. Obviously, the Daniel Day Kim character basically throws up because that's what you do when you're not used to this type of travel. As they mark early on, within a couple of hours, they come to realize, oh yeah, there happens to be a stowaway on board, played by Shamar Anderson. Now, what I come to learn about this guy is that he was part of the launch crew, and he's a graduate student. How exactly he came aboard, we don't have a clue, and I don't think the writing here has a clue either. And again, any explanation I think would be unsatisfactory as to how he could come aboard this ship. But apparently all they just say was, oh yeah, he was knocked unconscious. Now, of course, what we come to realize about this particular ship is that it was originally meant for 3 people, although it was designed for 2, but given the fact that, oh yeah, we learned that something about this company is that the fact is, oh yeah, they were stingy, and they wanted to stretch everything out to have 3 people on board. And when he wakes up, more or less injured, although he gets fixed up real good, is that he looks out and immediately panics. Anyone actually in that similar position would be. He has a sister, we sadly come to learn, and apparently now she's going to be taken care of by the company. This guy's taking up oxygen. We may need to dump him. And this obviously sets up a very unfortunate reality of what exactly does we do with this guy. He happens to be black, and basically we get the white person, 2 white ladies and an Asian, and obviously we're in the middle of racial injustice right now, so would it be the best thing if the black guy were to commit suicide? I have no problem with this film. It's competently made, the acting is fine, but here's the main problem. I don't really care for the characters, or I don't feel like I got to know these characters really all that well. Anna Kendrick is playing essentially herself. I don't know if Anna Kendrick is always upbeat and perky like that in real life, and if she is, congratulations. I would love to see a film where she's not upbeat and perky. Playing extension of herself, so is Daniel Day Kim, although again I don't know what extension of Daniel Day Kim's personality went into this character. All I know is, oh yeah, he loves jazz, or his wife turned him on to jazz. One sequence later on towards the end of the film that I'm like, okay, that's interesting. When it comes to Netflix films in general, to me there are 4 types. The ones that are going to be nominated for Oscars, the ones that are relatively good, the ones I can understand went to Netflix, and the bottom of the barrel films. And this film joins the very big ranks of Netflix films that I can understand why this went to Netflix, although this might be the rare time where I'm thinking to myself, maybe I could have easily seen myself seeing this in theaters, but would have this made any money if it went to theaters? Probably not. In the end, folks, what I'm going to say about Stowaway, I'm amazing that I'm going to give this a subsequent weekend, because I think, while I like the characters, this thing doesn't really do much for me, although it might satisfy you. Well, folks, Stowaway, have you seen this? What did you think? Please put everything in the comment box below here, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, enrich yourself with knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. I'm at Michael Richard Richies2 on Twitter. See you next time. Hooray.